Hey, Comadres, and welcome back to your Andale Pues podcast. I am your host, Rose.
And I'm your co-host, Jezebel.
And this is episode number 20.
We missed y'all.
I did.
Oh my gosh.
I missed you.
I missed you. I know, I missed you too.
Well,
Wasn't just like our audience. It was like we missed everybody.
Everybody.
Yes, we missed y'all so freaking much. Like, and it's all we would talk about. It's just like, well, can you make this day work? Can you make that? And then it was just impossible.
It has
it's
been.
Me. I'm the problem. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, she is. I'm just kidding. No, you know what? I don't even care. I don't even push for it because you know what? She's very, very pregnant. And baby Cheeks is going to be here soon. That's what I nicknamed her because she has some big old squishy cheeks.
Dude, I cannot
fucking wait.
Oh my God.
I can't. Because if she's anything like Estelita, she's going to have some really good cheeks.
You know what's funny is that Estela was so chunky as a baby, but she like super leaned out.
You think so?
Yes.
I think she has I think she's going to be like another you in a short version.
Obviously, she's bigger than like Elena and she's more like my mom would always say tosca than Elena because Elena's like this.
Yeah, Elena's a little petite thingy.
She's tiny. But yeah, I thought she was just going to be one of those little babies that's just like Michelin baby forever. Yeah. But no, she leaned out.
She's so fucking cute. She's like this small, y'all. Like literally.
So we'll see.
Like this small.
We'll see what she looks like.
I love them all.
Or how it goes.
They're all so sweet in their own very way. And I cannot wait to meet Cheeks because she's Andale Pues baby.
She's Andale Pues baby. She's like this, our football team baby too. Yes. So, you know, it's just been so hard because like football season is in like full force. The kids all started school. I feel like I still have not recovered from the first week of school.
Dude, seriously. It's still been hard for me.
And then not only that, but I saw somebody put this really simply on, I think it was a TikTok video or an Instagram reel, one of those, where they said that we're officially in season 2 of the summer. So, and I never realized that, but yes, June's hot, May is hot, July is hot, but August and September, dude, es miseria.
Yes, like I am so ready for sweater weather.
It is miseria. Like, and today it's what, like 94, 95, but it feels like it's like suffocating.
Yeah, like so the heat's just coming off the ground. It's so annoying. Imagine how it is in freaking Arizona,
fuck
dude.
that.
I could not.
No, fuck that. When we were over there in October, I was just like, this is so nice. I love it so much because they have a whole setup that me and with my sister-in-law. And my brother-in-law was just like, pero ni se te ocurra venir en el verano porque no puedes estar aquí. Even if you're under the shade, no sé, te sofocas.
I could. And then it's so dry over there. I mean, it's a freaking desert, literal desert.
Well, I don't know if I posted the story, if I thought about posting the story. Because I was like, am I in Ojinaga or am I in Arizona? Because it looks just like Ojinaga in some, obviously it's nicer houses and stuff, but El Llano itself. I'm just like, is this OJ?
Right.
Am I being punked?
Everybody was talking about how I have so much extra time now, how all my kids are in school and I'm just, here by myself. But I'm literally like sad. I miss rain so much, y'all. And then drop-offs are so bad that I literally break my heart every freaking day. And his. I feel like he feels like I'm abandoning him.
No, I don't think he feels he's abandoning him. It's
horrible, dude.
But I think they get so used to what they know, and some kids just handle it better than others.
And this morning was the worst, dude. This morning I literally was gonna cry because he needed to go potty. So I was like, hey, can he go potty? And you can't go in the school until they take you. And you literally leave them at the door and they take them for you. And I'm just like, can I fucking walk my kid to class?
No, it's the same at the other schools too. It's fucking like, COVID and now overpopulation. Like,
and I'm just like, and then I don't have like a direct line to the teacher, like on Dojo yet. They're fixing those. So I'm like, I want to see his interaction in class. I want to see how he does. I want to see how he interacts with other kids. Like, I'm so curious. And I don't know. I'm so oblivious to everything. So I'm like,
I guarantee you he's doing amazing.
And whenever I pick him up, like, he's fine. He's I'm like, and then he comes out with like this different vibe when I pick him up. I tell
like
him,
big boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is his response to everything. I'm like, ¿te divertiste hoy? Yeah. And I'm like, ¿jugaste con tus friends? Yeah. And I'm like, okay.
Because he's too cool now.
Todo bilingüe. Because usually it's sí, mama, or sí. And now it's like, yeah.
I wonder what it is about it, because like there is, I have seen stories too of people that their kids, every morning it's a fight to get them to drop off, but literally the moment that you're not in their line of sight, like, like no pasa nada, you know? And it's like, if they were being abused or they weren't being treated right or whatever, it would be all day that they'd be crying. Or in the tarde, cuando los recoges, is like their miseria or tan desesperados.
Or they're clingy to you or whatever.
And, you know, so I don't understand. Like, and I think it's just that some kids just handle it better than others, or that separation.
Well, Rain says
initially,
Rain taña mama. Oh, I'm like, and then he tells me, Mama, yo lloré. And I'm like, ¿por qué? Porque mamá no está. And I'm like,
you know why it's probably harder to though, is because he's been home until he turned, well, he's not even 4 yet, right?
Yeah. He'll be 4 in December.
My kids have all gone to daycare from very early on. El
mío went briefly. And I didn't feel like he was getting
I remember
the attention.
So he has been here this whole time, and so now like he doesn't.
He's like, what the fuck, mom? And then he turns back and does this thing, and I'm just like, oh yeah. So I'm hoping it gets better, because my husband literally told me, just pull him out. And I'm like, no,
don't pull him out. That's like, the worst thing you can do, because then it's going to get worse when he actually goes to school.
He's like, está muy chiquito, mija. And I'm like, he's like, es que pa' que lo metiste muy chiquito. I'm like, you're the one, like,
big softies.
No, but he's the one that was like, sí, mija, tiene que andar con otros niños de su edad para que aprenda más, blah, blah, blah. And then now he's like, no, mija, está muy chiquito. And I'm like, no, you're not going to pussy out on me now.
Les duele.
I hope drop-offs get better, because I feel like I break my heart and his heart every freaking morning.
Yeah. So I, with my youngest right now, she hasn't struggled at all. Esa pinche, like, as soon as she knows, as soon as we're going with her teacher, she's like all excited because she loves it. Like, she's so well cared for.
Dude, y'all, she's a literal mini Jezabel. She's another mini Jezebel, literally.
Dude, the number one comment that I get for her are her eyes and her hair.
Oh yeah, dude, it's because beautiful hair.
2 years old with a full head of curly jet black, long
and so bouncy. Gorgeous hair. Oh my gosh,
it gets so funny. And like, I guess I never thought about it, because Elena's always had a lot of hair, but hers is real thin and it's like casi güero. But with esta, it's so
the
fucking craziest beautiful thing,
because it just naturally curls up, like if you put some freaking hot rollers in her hair.
Yes,
it's
and
insane.
Then people like at practices or like games or whatever, que la miran la edad or whatever. Well, how old is she? And I'll tell them, and then they'll show me their baby, and their baby's like bald. Or they have
barely like 3 strands in the colita.
Yes. So I mean, so it's a lot of fun, but I can understand how hard that is for you too, because like, you never want your kid to suffer, or to feel like unhappy, or to feel like you're breaking their heart. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, let's talk about one thing that's been going on here locally too. I don't know if you've seen all the posts about it. The school buses. Dude, traen un desmadre.
Shut up, about what?
Bad with the school buses. Like, on the Lawndale page, they're constantly talking about the school buses are always late en las tardes, so their kids aren't getting home until like 5:30, 6 o'clock. Cuando que tenían que haber llegado más temprano. They're talking how all the buses are full, so kids are being told you can't ride this bus because it's full. There's no
my God.
seats. There's people that up until the first day of school didn't have a bus assignment, didn't have a bus. But their own fault a lot too.
My ahijada doesn't have a bus route yet because they're so clustered.
Yes.
Because there's so many students, they say.
And then the one of the problems I think is that parents waited a long time before getting them registered. And so I think one of the posts that I saw directly from the school was like, we got 500 submissions alone, which was on a Friday.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
school was like on Monday.
That's insane.
So you also can't blame them on that sense. But then I saw one from Lubbock, which this has nothing to do with this area. But one from Lubbock that they dropped his kids off.
Oh, I
in the
saw
middle
that.
of fucking nowhere. Like, pero también los niños, ¿por qué se bajan?
Yeah, say this isn't where we live.
Maybe, I don't know if they
Dude,
knew.
I would freak the fuck out.
Did you see how red their little faces were? Like, in this heat?
No water, no
nothing.
No. I would have had a field house with that bus barn or whatever.
And I have a lot of grace. I'm a person who I'm like very understanding of things because
me too, but algo así está cabrón, you know?
I think working for corporate for so long and like kind of being in the workforce for so long, I feel like I understand how a lot of things work and how hard it can be sometimes. But dude, for that bus driver to have dropped these kids off, cause they're probably like, well, where am I? Or like, where is this? Or they don't recognize the drop off.
Yeah.
So like instead of the bus driver asking questions or something, I assume he or she just dropped him off or told him, hey, it's time to get off. This is the last stop, without even like.
I mean, and how did they find him, or how did they, you know?
Good question. I don't know. I didn't look that deep into it because there was hundreds and hundreds of comments.
No, I would have.
Ahorita para leer miles de comentarios no tengo tiempo. Wait till the baby's here. I'll have all the tea on everything. But this many comments. But yeah, dude, I felt so bad because
oh my gosh,
I just cannot imagine. The one good thing about that is that they were together. So it wasn't like one kid was just stranded out in the middle of nowhere. They were together. But like the things that I'm hearing here is that it's late. There's no room. The kids are stranded at the school. But then what do you do? También as a working parent.
Yeah.
And then this is happening constantly. And then from the school district angle, it's just like, how do you fix this problem? Because they can't pay bus drivers enough, it is what it is. Like,
yeah. And I don't think they're fully staffed either.
Well, and I don't think they pay that bad.
I think they pay like $18 an hour.
18 or 20 or 22 is what I've seen the signs.
18 to 22 is what I've seen the signs at.
You don't work the 3 summers during the summer, the 3 months in the summer. So I don't feel like being a bus driver is that bad of a gig that nobody would want to do it. I think they just need to open up more doors.
And then you get the school holidays off también, so why not, you know?
Yes, exactly.
I just can't see myself driving a big ass bus. Muy a huevo puedo manejar mi carro que tengo.
Dude, Manuel wants to get, whenever our car gives out, he wants to get like a Suburban or a Yukon XL or whatever. I'm like, Manuel, I feel like that's a bus. Like, I don't know that I could like maneuver it in.
Like my little minivan, it was big, but it wasn't bad to drive.
Your minivan was awesome.
That was
but
my
it wasn't
shaggy.
It wasn't an ugly minivan.
It was fully loaded and so roomy. And oh my God, the gas mileage. I'm still pissed off at my husband for convincing me to trade it in for this Tahoe, which I love my Tahoe, but I had already paid off my van.
I know.
I didn't have a fucking car payment.
Yeah. Yes, estamos nosotros ahora because I think that sometimes people have a misconception where if you make a little bit of money and you're able to be more generous in other areas, it's like, oh, well, why don't they have why are they driving like for us, it'd be a 2017 SUV. Like you should be in a Cadillac or you should be.
I know.
Or like whenever they hear about, like me, what I do for work or like what my husband does for work. Well, damn, y'all are living good. And then in my mind, I'm like, number one, in this economy, absolutely not. And number two, like, nos ahogamos if we do get into debt like that. Like, ¿Qué más quisiera yo traer una brand new Escalade, lifted, leveled out. Like, I know exactly what I want when I get my next car. But it's not a need right now. Y cuando miras los precios and you do the math on some of this shit, is this how people are living?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I remember I had asked that on Snapchat and everybody was like, yes, dude, this is how people are living.
Yeah. I was this close to getting a brand new Lincoln Aviator.
Oh my God, I still love that car.
And somebody beat me to the one I wanted. And if I didn't get that one, I was like, I'm not going to get it or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I think it was like godsend that I didn't do it because the payments were going to be pretty up there. I mean, it was a brand new car, 0 miles,
Lincoln,
fucking fully loaded.
Luxurious, yeah.
And like this close, guys, I swear to y'all, if I wouldn't have gone to Mexico that day,
it was something, right, that you had to go and do.
I went to entregar the permiso on my car.
Oh, that's right.
To be able to trade it in for the Lincoln. And when I came back, they had just sold it. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, that was my car. I wanted it.
Yeah.
But I think it was a blessing in disguise, to be honest.
Dude, it's so hard to see blessings in disguise sometimes because you just think about like...
Yo ya me hacía la ilusión en ese car and everything.
No, yeah. No, I'm telling you, when my car goes out, because I'm going to drive my car until the wheels fall off. Vamos a andar ahí todavía como Fred Flintstone. No más para no tener
just another car payment sucks. Yeah,
it does. And I think when your car is paid off too, I feel like that's such a flex, not like to the world, but to yourself too. Cause it's just like, man, that's like an extra whatever 100 or thousands that is back in your pocket for you to be able to do other stuff. You know, with it and have not even just to do other stuff with it, but to have that flexibility, just coming in. Yeah. You know, it's like you can start snowballing some debt. You can start I'm so excited.
Oh yeah.
And one thing I think too, like you said that you love your minivan. I love my car.
Yeah. Your car is really nice and roomy too. Yeah.
My car so much. Like,
and I love my Tahoe, but I don't love it. Because that
you
third
have
row,
said that before. You've told me
the third row doesn't have the leg room.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fucking stupid. Like, why the fuck are you gonna make a third row if you're not gonna make leg room for it? That's fucking ridiculous.
Does it have leg room that way, or it's too high?
It's high.
Because in my Armada, it's a little high too. So only a kid can be comfortable back there.
My kids are like, their knees are on their chins.
But not like a kid your age, like a kid my age.
No, I'm
my kids' ages.
So when we travel, we fold the double seats down so we can load the maletas and everything. And in the single seat, we put Rain and then the boys in the middle because there's no fucking way they're going to fit back there.
Mm-hmm. So. And she actually is the one who gave me that idea because I was like, we have to get a new car. Like, we're not going to fit it. We're not going to fit. And so she ended up telling me how to try. And I think that was like really good for me too, because like, I really would not like to have to get another car. Yeah. Like, I really would not have to. Mm-hmm. Yes, it'd be awesome and nice, but I really would not would not. But I will tell you, we gave one of my kids' little friends a ride to one of the practices. I can't remember what it was. And I will say, I did start to feel a little bit crowded. And I kind of felt like, holy shit, like, no sé, me sentí como que había mucha gente. But no, we're going to try it and see how it goes and see, you know, how well we do because, and then have you seen the videos on TikTok? Maybe because I've been like on Car Talk looking at cars. It came up for me, but there was another girl that I saw recently that she was talking about how she was like, I can't be the only one with like a $1,600 car payment. There has to be other people. But like the comments were divided. I probably saw this like a month ago. It was a while back.
What kind of car does she drive?
A Tahoe. It's either a Tahoe or a Yukon Denali or something. Dude, es que piénsala. Well, at $100,000, I don't know how car buying works now. Okay. I actually haven't talked to anybody, but a brand new Tahoe or a brand new Denali, top of the line, is going to run you anywhere from like $85,000 to $100,000. So let's just be a little dramatic and do $100,000. Okay. For a brand new car. if you divide that among 60 months, which is a 5-year car note, which is what the standard I would feel like. Who wants to finance anything besides 5 years? Like, that's a shit ton of time. That is $1,600 a month on the car itself.
And that's not including interest and taxes and all that shit.
Taxes, TT&Ls, your insurance for the actual car itself. $1,600 a month. I can't even wrap my brain around that. My house, yes, absolutely. Like, con gusto te doy el dinero, but for your car?
I'm like, as long as it gets me to A to B to Z, like, I don't give a fuck. I'm
not there yet like that. But well, I mean, my car, $1,600. Like,
my car, I pay $825 a month for it, which is not bad, but it's a little.
No, I think that's a really good car payment.
I feel like I could have gotten away with, but I was just tired. It was a long fucking day, and I was like, let's just fucking do it, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's good for me right now, because a $600 car payment is fucking ridiculous. I would rather keep my car, también como tú, till the wheels fall off. Literally. Y ya le compramos nuevas wheels, so they're not going to be falling off.
And then at that point, we'll put some new wheels on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, that's just, you know, for me. But yeah, what other life updates have we had? I mean, we've only been gone 2 weeks.
It feels like forever, though.
Like fucking, you know what, though? It does feel like forever, because it feels like a lot has happened in that time. Like, so obviously the first day of school, that was like traumatic. Not the first day of school, the first week of school. It's like, getting back in that routine. Besides, I hate to be that person that has made pregnancy my entire personality, but I feel like it is a lot due to me being so pregnant. Because, dude, hay días que me cuesta. Like, in the past probably month, I've probably gotten up 6 times to make manual lunch. It's just not something that's happening right now. And then I can't get through the day with like without a quick little nap.
Dude, I can't do quick naps.
No, I can. But did I tell you that I was late picking up the kids because I fell asleep? Oh my God. I was so tired. And it wasn't their first week of school. I think it was, is this the second week of school? No, it's the third.
This is the second week of school.
No.
Yeah.
I thought it was already the second or the third.
No.
Like 2 weeks have gone by.
No.
Motherfucker. Okay.
Dude.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's just.
It was the 12th that they started. Yes, you're right.
Yeah. It was my birthday on the 12th.
Okay, so whatever day last week it was, dude, I was like, I'm going to lay down. I have to get a nap in, because I was literally like at my computer, like just, it was so bad. So like, I'm going to lay down before I had to go get the kids. And so I put the timer on, my alarm, not the timer, my alarm. Dude, and I slept through it. I don't know if your iPhone does this, but if you sleep through your alarm, it just shuts off. Like, it keeps going, pero no hace ruido. Yours doesn't do that?
I don't know. I've never slept through an alarm.
Well, I found out real quick. Dude, it was like 2 cuando me acosté, and I was literally only going to take 30 minutes. I was like,
what time did you wake up?
3:49.
Oh, shit.
And the kids get taken back inside the building at 3:30 if you haven't picked them up by then. It was awful. It was awful. They were
you're
so
wobbling in there. You're like, I'm so sorry I fell asleep.
Dude, y deja tú, no me había arreglado ese día. It was one of those days that was just a hard day. And I said, okay, let me take this 30-minute nap to see if I can like just get myself together. I was going to darme una uña de gato, like 5 minutes just to be presentable. Y no.
Hold on. Did you just say uña de gato?
Yeah.
It's a manita de gato. I'm like,
fuck, you're right.
I was like, skirt.
Oh, yeah. I was like,
hold on. I was like, no, porque si te haces una We're back, guys.
Uña de gato. Oh.
She said uña de gato.
Sorry, I was making some potions earlier.
But yeah, I was like, hold up. What? Hey, it took me a few seconds to like really.
Oh yeah, but I was so
that.
confident. I was like, maybe una uña.
I was like, no, that didn't sound right.
My bad. My bad.
Everybody always mentions that one where you're like, me di yo mismo mierda. Everybody this weekend, because we had the quinceañera, they were like, oh my gosh, we can't get over that freaking video. And you're like, miedo. Oh my God, that was so fucking funny.
I could not get that out. Like, I tried. No, and still
it was like 3 times.
That's on top of what I did edit out, where I was like, it's like I couldn't get it out. But yeah, so I woke up at 3:49. The kids were already back inside the building at 3:30. So I didn't get there till almost probably 4 because I was in my pajamas still. I'm telling you, it was one of those days.
What did they tell you?
Nothing. Well, when I pulled up, I was like, oh, it is the first week of school, because I remember thinking, now that I'm telling the story, I remember thinking like, oh, it's the first week of school. Todavía van a tener un desmadre. Bitch, no. When I got there, even the car pickup line ya estaba empty.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And
so now that, so I don't know, because it happened one other time a couple years ago with Jax, where if you don't pick them up by that time, you can just go through the carpool line, porque ya los metieron pa dentro. So I just told her, I was like, she was like, well, where's your car tag or whatever? Because I think it's just easier for them. I was like, no, I'm sorry. It's because I do pick up, but I'm running late today. And then, ya venían los dos. I guess they had seen my car. They were probably like, I don't know if they were the very, very last ones or what. And Jackson's like, well, what happened? You're so late. I was like, my bad.
Dude, yesterday, okay, so we had that quinceañera this weekend. I was hosting people since Thursday. My family came in and I was hosting them here at my house. I cooked all day Thursday and made like this huge, I think it's like the biggest princess house. Oh yeah, my aunt let me borrow so I can feed my people and her people, because she was having a lot of people come in from out of town.
Oh, what'd you make?
Pozole. Everybody fucking loved my pozole.
That's typical.
And so we went over there. We spent time over there Thursday, and the quinceañera was until Saturday at 6:30. So Friday, we hung out till late, and then Saturday, pues nos levantamos todos temprano. We made desserts that we needed to take to the quinceañera, because my sister's talking about me. Just kidding. I don't know.
Maybe that's why the microphone keeps going off.
Please, no, but we made a lot of desserts and stuff, and I helped my cousin out. She makes a dessert table for the quinceañeras, and it was just really busy. So all that tiredness caught up to me. So yesterday, my husband took the day off because his back was hurting and stuff, and we ran errands and got a bunch of stuff taken care of. We dropped Rain off together, which was really nice because Rain really enjoyed it up until we had to let him go.
There's nothing like their dad dropping him off.
Yeah. And so we went and did a whole bunch of stuff. They went to the grocery store or whatever, and we came home. Oh, and then we went to go eat. He was like, hey, I feel like eating Chinese food, which Buffet King fucking sucks now. We went.
I thought you were going to say fucking slaps. I love Buffet King.
No, dude. Yesterday when we went, it's like the food was not hitting at all. Usually it does. And yesterday everything was like tasteless and just fucking blah. And I was like, I'm never coming here ever again.
We love Buffet King.
It was just gross.
And I'm sorry if this is nasty too, but I love Golden Corral.
Oh, I love Golden Corral. I fucking love Golden Corral. And anybody says different, like,
let's fight.
Yeah.
No, actually, no, don't fight. Argue with your mom, not with me.
Fine. I love Golden Corral. I love the variety there.
Y sabes que se me hace que like people just turn their nose up at it, because I think there are some buffet, like I used to think Furs was kind of gross.
Yeah.
But Golden Corral, Mira, nada mal en Golden Corral.
Me either.
Ni
me either.
me enfermo de estar de harta porque como mucho.
Yeah.
Pero de enfermarme de like you get sick from the food.
No, I've never had food poisoning.
Can't
from
relate.
There. Ever. So anyway, even my husband was like, como que no está buena la comida hoy. I was like, right.
What was yesterday? Oh, a Monday?
Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, we picked up Brain and then we went to go eat and we came home and we're like, oh man, he's like, I'm so tired. My back is killing me. And he's like, let's take a nap. Dude, it was fucking 5 when we lay down and, we crashed the fuck out. Tell me why at 10:16 at night, I didn't look at the time yet, but it was that time. And I was like, oh fuck, like, what is he still doing here? He didn't go to work. Like, dude, I was freaking the fuck out. I was like, fuck, I didn't get up for Rain. I thought it was like in the morning, 10:16 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you didn't go to work. And he's like, can like startled también.
Yes.
And then I look at the time and then I went to my calendar, dude, to look at the date. Even though it said it under the time, like I was like,
I don't trust that.
No,
you gotta go.
I did. I went to go look at, and then I was like, okay, it's still. And then the boys' lights were still on. I was like, okay, it's still the same day. I was like, oh my god, I didn't know what fucking century I woke up on, the fucking galaxy, the fucking nothing, because I was like out of it. That's how good the fucking nap was.
Those naps are life changing.
Yeah,
because you'll always remember it.
But then I couldn't fucking go back to sleep.
For how long did you stay up all night?
Dude, I stayed up till 2 a.m.
I know.
And then I went to bed and then I was still kind of
did your husband go back to sleep?
Oh yeah. Como si nada, dude.
Dude, Manuel's like that
Como
too.
Si nada, dude. I walked in and he's fucking snoring like his life away and I'm like, how the fuck?
You know what though? I feel like your husband never truly got caught up on his rest from that time that he went to, I can't remember,
Delicias, that one,
whatever that was.
He came back that whole in one day, 8 hours there and 8 hours back.
Yeah,
that's fucking
I feel
insane.
like he never actually caught his sleep from there.
That motherfucker can sleep.
My husband can sleep too.
My husband, if you say let's take a nap, he's like, I'm already on my third fucking dream. Yeah, he can. And then I kid you not, the minute he touches that pillow, his head touches that pillow, it's like instantáneamente he's like, and I'm like, what the fuck? Apenas te acostaste? Like,
I think I'm like that because I feel like I'm so wound up all of the time that the minute you get me still, I think that's why here too I struggled so much with the sleepiness because I'm not moving. I'm not really making an effort to think about anything and my brain isn't going off in different places. So to me, it's just like, I see. Like, I'm just like calm. And like going to the movies, Manuel gets so mad at me because he's like, why do we even want to go to the movies if you're just going to fall asleep?
Not me. I love going to the movie and I love like watching the movie and just snacking on popcorn. Like, I am a movie person. Like, I can sit on my fucking couch and watch movies all day and I'm just the happiest person. No, like, sometimes I'll be out and about and I'm like, I just want to be home. Like, just, people get on my nerves. People are just annoying as fuck. People don't know how to drive. And I'm like, let's go home.
Dude, speaking of driving, si vieras la pinche gente tan pendeja que hay in school drop-off this year.
Yeah.
Listen, every year, my son's been in school now 4 or 5 years. Every year you have people who are just like pendejos, o sea, o les vale madre, o de veras están bien pendejos, or they just don't pay attention, right? So today, this lady was blocking the crosswalk. And the crosswalk lady was telling her, hey, move over because the kids are fixing to pass by. She's like, well, what do you want me to do? Because there was a car in front of her trying to turn. There was a car next to her that I guess she felt like it was too tight or whatever. No, hombre. Y ahí estaba la vieja tan pendeja. And I will say she couldn't back up. But to me, I'm like, if you know there's a crosswalk there, like why? Yeah. You see all these little
common sense, common fucking sense.
Pero a mí lo que más me encabrona is that at the school where my son goes or where my kids go, here's the school, here's the drop off like for you to park and your kid gets out or you get out and walk your kid. And then there's 2 lanes that run this way, right? So there's the 2 lanes, there's where you can park, and then there's the school over here. Dude, people in these 2 lanes are dropping their fucking kids off
in the middle of the street.
In the middle of the motherfucking street. Like, you don't even have to not be paying attention. You don't see them.
Yeah.
O si vienes acá con el radio y no miraste que se bajó el niño and you let off the gas, te llevas al niño. Like, why? Leave your house earlier. Be more prepared. Be more organized. Like, I promise you, I think that's why I have such a low tolerance for it. Because if I can do it, then I have
anybody
a million one things going on. Anybody can do it. And I have no tolerance for it. Y yo siempre les volteo a mirar como si acaban de cometer un crimen. Because ultimately, dude, a kid is going to get hurt because of your fucking stupidity, laziness, and unpreparedness.
Today, I was going towards, I had just dropped off Jalen at his school. It's over here. And I was going east on 42nd. And tell me why on this road on Dawn, how, you know, that light on Dawn and Permian's right here. And then I was coming this way, going to HEB. There was like maybe 5 cars ahead of me. And in this white fucking Ford, this girl jumps out and like somebody could have like hauled ass to the turning lane to turn it into like,
and wouldn't have ever even
have seen her get off, and then she gets on the sidewalk and starts walking to school. Like in the fucking 42nd, dude. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, ¿qué tan apurado estás que no puedes hacer drop off of your daughter or whoever it was? Like, the proper way.
That pisses me the fuck off so bad.
I could have been in the turning lane and would have zoomed through there. Because I don't know.
You're not going to expect a kid to be in the middle of the fucking street.
Ran her over. I was just like, wow. And then don't get me started on the fucking how they dress. These little girls this little girl was dressed in some booty fucking shorts. That literally when she was walking, you could see the bottom of the line of her butt. And I was like, do y'all not pay attention to what your kids are wearing? And then y'all wonder why your daughter gets, like stalkers or like people trying to do stuff to them because no se dan a respetar from a young age. Like, pay attention to what your kids are wearing. Like, I just feel like this generation it's so out of control on how they dress, how they look. These little girls, like, for quinceañeras, they don't even look like quinceañeras. Like my niece,
bitch, the video
didn't look like a quinceañera. Like she has natural freckles. Dice, mira, niña, you know, and she still looked like a niña. But there's some quinceañeras that you're like, is she going to a wedding or is she going to a quinceañera? Because you're like, you don't even know.
Well, remember that video that we were exchanging back and forth on TikTok?
Gosh.
Where obviously all the quinceañeras have the baile sorpresa, right? Like, which is nothing new.
Sorpresa for sure.
They were doing the Anita dance, like the one where she like throws herself on the ground and she's like, I don't even know what you would call it, like doing this circle with her butt, and like going like that, like, and she looks so good doing it. Like Anita is so hot, but
these
for
little
a
girls,
quinceañera with all these grown men there, like,
the
and
tios,
listen,
the abuelitos, like, bruh.
Bitch, I swear to you, I think that if my dog, because one thing I will say is that the parents of the damas wouldn't have known it's a baile sorpresa. You don't know what's actually going. I would have gotten up and grabbed Elena by the pinches pelos.
Dude, the ass whooping, I would have given all my if my nieces, everybody.
Like, because can you imagine at 15 years old?
Yeah.
And okay, one thing I will say, I did some crazy shit when I was younger, but it was at fucking parties. It was like within the same thing, and I regret a lot of it. But
same.
In a quinceañera, who thought
in front of everybody?
Who thought that this was a good idea? And excuse me. And you know that some parents, or at least one parent somewhere, had to have known, because you just posted Julian practicing for the quinceañera.
Mm-hmm.
They're 15. It's not like you just go drop them off and then come back 3 hours later, right? Like a lot of parents will wait.
Mm-mm.
How did nobody?
That shit, and I'm sure you guys have seen it. That shit like was so cringe, because I'm like,
I can't.
The way I would beat my daughter up in front of fucking everybody would have been crazy. I would have probably been all over TikTok viral, because it was.
It's hanging on for dear life, friend.
I know.
Right?
I can't. I'm going for my
you got it
fail on Thursday, but anyway, no. Mm-mm.
I was like, it's like staring at me.
It's all hi.
Yes. Like your eyelashes are going like that.
Están bailando, güey. Están haciendo la Anita dance.
I know, se animaron.
So my nieces and nephews had baile sorpresa, dude, but it was so cute. They did the baby shark one, and then they did Mami, que tú quieres? Aquí llegó tu tiburón, but it didn't say like all the explicit. They just cut it to where it was like kid friendly, but they all dressed in fucking shark costumes. It was so funny and cute. Yeah. And then they all attacked her, surrounded her. It was cute.
And I think there's a line between, the line between appropriateness has gotten really blurred for some people, because to me, I can tell you what I think is appropriate and what is absolutely not appropriate. And I do believe that sometimes that line can get a little bit blurred. But bitch, teenagers doing the Anita dance at a quinceañera, that's a no-brainer.
No,
that is an absolute no-brainer. So how did we even get on that?
Oh, how I was busy this whole weekend.
Oh, yeah, with the quinceañera. Yeah.
No, but there's just so many things that have been piled up in my brain that I've been wanting to discuss. Like we went to go watch It Ends With Us because she and I both read the books. Some other friends read the books. My best friend read the books, and we love Colleen Hoover. But the drama that's coming out from it, and the fact, I love Blake Lively and I love Ryan Reynolds. I mean, who doesn't?
I love Ryan Reynolds. I don't know her as much, but I love her.
I love her. I love them as a couple. And I love her. I think she's so beautiful and so just naturally beautiful, because she hasn't had any kind of plastic surgeries or anything. But all the drama that's coming out about her being a mean girl, and that interview that she had with one of her other friends, where the interviewer said, hi, congratulations. It's like me saying, hey, congratulations on your little bump. Blake Lively said, congratulations on your little bump. And she wasn't pregnant. So she was like fat shaming her. So that was so...
Dude, I never saw that.
Yes. And when I saw, I didn't believe it until I saw it. And I was like, why would she say that?
That's ugly. But now that we're on that just made me think about it. Do you think that it's inappropriate if somebody asks you if you're pregnant? Not them being a bitch, them being genuinely, hey, are you pregnant?
I mean, if you're, well, yeah,
I'm kind of divided.
I'm divided too, because like, if you can tell that I'm pregnant, why the fuck are you asking? And if you can't tell that I'm pregnant, why the fuck are you asking?
Yeah.
Either way, you don't ask. You know?
I mean, yeah, but at the same time,
but if I could tell that you're pregnant, I'm gonna be like, oh, when are you due or whatever. But then, who was it that one day said to somebody, and I overheard, and I was like, because she wasn't pregnant.
I don't say it and I don't ask it because I don't want to get embarrassed on like, what if they're not or whatever. So like, I do that to keep myself from being embarrassed, but I don't do it to keep the other person from being embarrassed, if that makes sense. Like, I don't mean that to sound mean, but like, and I've said this a million times before, your triggers are not the world's responsibility. Right. So, but I'm curious about that because, you know, like people sometimes like in a normal interaction or like a bypassing interaction like that, you're gonna make small talk and stuff. So why do people get so,
I don't know,
bothered about shit, you know?
But that was so mean, dude.
Yeah,
so
no,
so mean. And then like how she doesn't want to discuss
that's
the whole
shaming. That's fat shaming is essentially what it is, because you knew
she was complaining that Baldoni was fat shaming her because just because he asked how he had to train because he was supposed to pick her up, you know, and how much he had to train at her weight level because he has a bad back. So she took it as he was fat shaming her, and I'm like, no, Jason Baldoni is nothing but the sweetest. Like, he's been talking about the movie, like about what it is, and they just keep beating around the bush about like what the topic is about, and it's about domestic violence.
I will say that I did pick up on that, and I talked about, I think that day that we got out of the movies, I made a story on Instagram for it. So loved the movie. I do think that the movie was so good. It's so glamorous in a sense because they're like in Boston and it's like the city living, and she's opening her, I love flowers and like all that they were doing. Like, love all of that. But I wish they would have gone in harder on the domestic violence.
Yeah, I feel
because
like
I don't feel like they did enough, especially like in the, remember, because I was just like, no, in the book he did this.
Yeah.
And the way that they positioned it, like, and then at the end where they never, okay, spoiler alert.
If you haven't watched it, like, skip
a little bit. We'll tell you at the end how much to skip. But where he didn't even bite her, like, they didn't show that. Dude, this movie, okay, and I think there's two sides to this. Number one, they could have gone into it as a domestic violence raising awareness type of thing.
Yes.
Or two, they're just glamorizing not a fun book. They're glamorizing a book that got famous because it's highlighting something so serious.
Yeah.
And I think that if that was the goal for them, they achieved it. But by the flip side of that, they could have done so much with the domestic violence on that, because they just added it in there. Like, it's like they bolted it on there, like, just para no decir que no
to
lo
me,
pusieron.
it's like being a domestic violence survivor. Like, I feel like they could have touched more on how she got away, how she coped with it, and how she realized, because they made it out to be like if she didn't know it was domestic violence until según it just dawned on her. But no, she knew all along. In the book, she knew all along that it was not okay. And in the movie, they made it seem like she didn't know till she knew. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I that's the part that I wasn't okay with, because, I mean, in the book, she did strike her. And in the movie, it doesn't show that. It doesn't show where he bit her on her tattoo. It didn't show a lot of things. And I really, really wish they would have talked about the Finding Nemo, because I feel like that has a lot to do with just keep swimming.
Because I didn't even think about it until you mentioned it. You were like, there's Nemo in the back. And I was like, what? And you were like, Nemo. And then that's when it dawned on me, because you were like, they just keep swimming. And I was like, oh, shoot, that's right.
Yeah.
But the video that I was telling you I think is B Crafts or whoever, he always goes in and he talks about like the downfall of people. He like talks about like the downfall of Nara Smith, or not the downfall, but like studying Nara Smith and stuff like that. And he always does such good educated analogies, because I feel like everything that he says makes a lot of sense, right? So what he was talking about was saying that in the movie, Blake was in charge of two things. And he was like, and when I was in the movie theater, he said these two things were so out of place. And that was the music and the fashion. Because he was like, why is a normal girl from Chicago or in the city or with a normal life or whatever wearing
Carhartt, yeah,
and Louboutins and just all of that, right?
Yeah.
And so he started to saying that after he did digging into it, that Blake was in charge of two things. The music and the fashion. That those were her non-negotiables. She owned that. So, I mean, I don't feel like I don't know that I picked up on the music as much. But definitely the fashion, because I get it. Okay. Like not rustic, but like, I don't even know how to describe it, but It's cute, but it was so out of place.
Yeah.
Why?
I was just like, what?
Why are you
What's
in
she
a
wearing
high rise in Boston with a doctor and you're in fucking Carhartt work overalls?
Mhm.
Like, que hubiera sido una camiseta, un suéter,
Mhm.
the beanie. I'll even give you the beanie.
Mhm.
But
a whole
fucking overalls?
Yeah.
No.
That was weird. But even, like I said, and then she's saying that Jason Baldoni was kissing her a little too long, and I'm like,
She said that. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I haven't
Yeah,
been in it.
that the kissing scenes were a little that he was taking them a little longer than they should. And I'm like, they have people for that, and they have like people like doubles to do that for
That, and then
actresses.
that's not
And I'm
really
like,
on him. That's on the director to yell cut.
exactly. So it's just a lot of things she's been nitpicking at and like
That
trying
sucks.
to shame him for it. And he's like so chill about it. And any interview that you see of him, he talks about the domestic violence in the movie and how it was so hard on him to, you know, portray this person and all that. So it's just a lot. But I loved Blake Lively, and now I'm just like, why?
Ew, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, it sucks because there's a part 2 to there's the second book, It Starts With Us.
That one put my heart all the way back together.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I'm like, how are they going to do that now if they're all like fucking feuding with each other?
Well, it's like the Fast and the Furious. Did you know that I did not know this, but The Rock and Vince
Vaughn?
Not Vaughn.
No, not Vaughn. No, Vince Vaughn. Vince Vaughn is, oh my God.
It's Vince in the movie. No, not Vince in the movie. ¿Cómo se llama el pelón?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's not Vince Vaughn.
It's not Vince Vaughn. Apparently they don't get along.
Really?
Yes. So I can't remember if it's the one that, I don't even know if one just came out or one is fixing to come out or whatever, or they're trying to make another one, but they couldn't come to terms with it because Vin Diesel does not want to film with The Rock.
Huh.
Y se está haciendo lo importante el güey. And to be fair, it is his franchise.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. I mean, Vin Diesel has been there from the very, very beginning.
Pero ya también, ya paren a la vez.
No, they have dragged that. My dad hates it because he's like, pinches películas mamonas, ¿cómo me caen mal?
Seriously.
Because like,
ya ni los action, it doesn't even look real anymore. Like
whatsoever.
At all. I'm like, I was in a car accident and that's not exactly how that happens.
Or like you just fucking flipped 25 times and you're just going to get out.
Yeah, you just fly out of the car like nothing. I'm like, no, my seatbelt crushed the fuck out of me and I had to have emergency surgery.
Yeah.
And like, how? Like,
and I understand adrenaline is running through your body, pero hasta
make it more realistic. Like, come on. Si van a seguir con esa mamada, pues de perdida háganlo más real because it's gotten way out of hand.
Way out of hand. So,
but yeah, I'm sad because I'm like, there has to be another movie for It Starts With Us, and then for the same actors and actresses to be in the same movie. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that, and I don't know how she's gonna be, or you know, like I'm now that I know who she is, who she's showing to be, like, I'm just like, really?
Do I want to keep supporting her?
Yeah. I mean, I do because I love the books and I want to see it played out because I loved, you know, I expected different not characters, but actors for, Ryle and, oh my gosh, my mind went blank.
Dude, when in the movie
Atlas,
where she was in the restaurant and she looks up at him.
Oh my God.
Oh, they did that beautifully.
Yeah.
They did that. I feel like every person in the movie theater was like holding their breath.
Dude, and his voice.
When she looked at him, it was like, oh yeah, it was so, that part was so good.
Everybody gasped.
That part was so freaking good. But no, I did expect different, and it could be me just misconstruing in the book because I imagined them opposite. I imagined, Ryle looking like the Atlas that they had.
Mm-hmm.
more blonde, more güerito in a sense. But I imagined Atlas as like tall, dark, and handsome.
Yeah.
That's how I portrayed it. So when I knew that these were the characters that were going to play them,
I was just confused.
I was like, but they did a good job.
They did. They really did. And Atlas, even
his voice, dude.
Dude, have you seen his ass?
No,
they've been talking about how bubbly his ass. He has a big butt. But I don't know. You just have to look into it on TikTok, dude, because there's so many videos out, and they're doing an interview on how they're like, how would you respond to a fan asking you about domestic violence and she's like, I'd give him my email.
That one I saw.
I was like, what the fuck?
And
like, how do you, what?
The guy that played Atlas is sitting, he's like, because she's like, well, can you give me my address and we can share location, and she said some stupid and like really nasty. That was the one that I did see that I was just like all you had to do was just be like, well, if I'm not busy or whatever, I'll sit and just give them support.
Did you see the one where she's on the red carpet and everybody's like chanting and and she's like, shh, guys, I'm doing an interview.
No.
Dude, I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
¿A poco es otra J.Lo bien mamona?
Yeah. They're comparing her to her.
Where the fuck is J.Lo? Did that bitch get canceled for real this time? Because
I don't know, but supposedly her and Ben Affleck have been seen together, but whatever.
They haven't?
They have.
Oh. Dude.
And I'm just like, make up y'all's minds a la verga, yeah.
No, I need them to stay together because Ben Affleck deserves to be happy. I love him.
But I don't think he's happy with her. I love him too.
That is like my main like movie crush ever. Like Ben Affleck.
Who's mine?
He's such a I think it's because I've always been attracted to those guys that are not the center of attention, that are kind of those guys that just like chill and like observe. And I think that Ben Affleck is one of those guys that's just like, okay, well, if you want to, you want to. And if you don't,
you know who
and
my biggest celebrity crush has always been? I have two of them. But my number one has always been Jake Gyllenhaal. I don't know why. I don't know why, but and in that movie where he's like twitching his eyes for, I don't know what about that. Like, I'm just like, oh, he's so hot. But Robert Downey Jr.
Dude, I have a friend who used to be obsessed with him.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's still obsessed with him, but
rough around the edges and everything. And he's been through some shit. He used to be like a major drug addict, and he's, came out and he's done well for himself. But like, I think he's so hot, and I love the way he's such a mamon on the movies, like being thinking highly of himself in a mamon way. I love that for him dude, as an actor.
To me, it's always been Ben Affleck, and I think the movie that like made that happen,
the bank robbers,
is The Town.
The Town.
Oh my God. Yep. I could just watch that movie over and over. I love him. Like his acting, his mannerisms, just like his haircut in that movie where he's like super clean cut. And then he's just like, he's like a good guy that does bad things. And he's constantly fighting this tug of war of like bad versus good. I love me some Ben Affleck. So fun fact about me.
Hey, Ben. Acá.
Yeah.
No, está casada.
Yeah. But no, I mean, if he's with Jennifer, I mean, and he's happy, whatever, but
I don't think he is, though. That's the thing.
It doesn't look like he is.
He looks fucking miserable.
It looks like one of those que ella se lo trae así. And that he just goes with the flow.
She is that way.
No, I saw her on that Met Gala that they did, and I saw a video where they're asking her where it's from, and she just, let's just say,
walks off.
Yeah, she's like Balenciaga, and then like keeps walking. And there's people on both sides, obviously, where they're like, well, she answered the question and she addressed the reporter directly, and then somebody else came on and they were like, well, who are you wearing? And they were like, oh, girl, it's this and that, and like whatever.
She's just fucking rude. But she also looked like shit at the Met Gala. I'm sorry, but she looked like absolute shit.
Okay, deja eso. the shit that they were talking about her, or that they always talk about her, saying that she has milked the shit from the Bronx. And I'm like, bitch, we don't even know you.
Yeah.
And that article or not that article, but that documentary that she had.
Where she lets her hair loose and runs around.
She's like, reminds me of that little 16-year-old running through the block. And they're like, Jenny, what block?
So they're like, bitch, we don't even know you here or whatever. And I'm like, wow.
Well, apparently in New York, like in that area, they have what's called bodegas, where it's like a abarrote store. Mm-hmm. So, but they have like sandwiches and food and like things like that. I don't know why I just thought of this, but like that lady that's like, what are you eating? And she's like, it's a chicken salad. Do you remember that video? Anyway, so they have shit like that. And apparently every New Yorker at every bodega knows their exact order. Like your chips, your drink, your sandwich, whatever. And that when they asked her, like, what's your go-to order? She was like, orange soda and chips and like whatever type of sandwich. And the stitches that I saw on that were so hilarious because they were like, bitch, like what kind of orange soda? Like what kind of chips? You don't just go in and say, give me some chips. Like, right? Like everybody knows what kind of chips they want. But I'm not glad for her downfall, but I'm glad that hopefully this makes her wake up. A reality check. Like you used to be super hot back in the day and you were like the it girl, but now like I need you to pipe down and come back to reality with the rest of us.
That meme that I sent her, it's like Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez and he's like whispering in her ear and he says, just reminding you that you're not Selena or something like that, or you're or he's like,
we're not to look for that.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just here to remind you that if it wasn't for Selena, you wouldn't be famous right now or something like that.
It is true though.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's fucking funny. Like the internet is fucking like savage as fuck.
Yo quisiera tener un cerebro así que me deja salir con cualquier pendejada all the time.
Right?
Like my brain just doesn't work like that. Like you see all these people that say like the funniest shit like without even trying. But
like,
to me,
like that comedian guy.
Who?
He's white. He's young. He's really cute. Matt.
Is he funny?
Yeah, he's fucking hilarious, dude. Really? If I run into some of his stuff, like I'll send it. But he's raw, like he's rude and raw, and he's fucking funny. I'll have to send you some clips because he's fucking funny.
All right, guys. Well, hope you enjoyed our little gossip session that we just kind of wanted to freestyle it a little bit today, just because.
It's been like crazy.
And there's been a lot of current events happening, like the Ends With Us movie and things like that. So one thing that we also wanted to let you know is that our season 1 is going to be coming to a close very soon.
Very soon.
So this is probably one of 3 episodes that you'll see left with us because I'm fixing to have a baby. And obviously I'm going to go on maternity
in less than a month, you guys.
Yeah.
This
like
is
3-ish weeks. So obviously we're not going to be able to like make a whole bunch of time for filming as I'm recovering and stuff, but we're kind of still on the fence on debating on like when we'll be able to come back. We're definitely coming back. That's like a given.
Yeah, that's a given.
But I think maybe we might be able to make some adjustments like on our timing too, because I feel like I had so much time available at the beginning of the year, like in the April, May, well, not May, like in the March, April, February type of time, because we would come and we would work on everything and like I was able to be here and like be present. But then now it's like I can't find 5 fucking minutes.
We wore ourselves out. Yeah. Because podcasting is not easy, for number one.
It's so time consuming.
It's very time consuming if you want to create good content. So,
and I think that's what sets us apart too, is like we don't just go in and throw some or set up our phones and do a live at our kitchen table. Which there's nothing wrong with that. We just wanted to elevate and something to set us apart too, right? So like we invested in all this equipment and like time, effort, like, so anyways, the whole thing with that is that we don't know exactly when we're going to be back, but we know we're going to be back. So as of right now, this is episode 1 of 3 that you're going to see from us. We'll have at least 2 more. Maybe we might be able to squeeze in another one on there, but unfortunately, season 1, all good things come to an end.
So season 1 will be over, but we'll keep you guys posted on when we'll be back. And we might even, like she said, squeeze an episode here and there, but we want her to have time for herself with her baby and not stress her the fuck out, because editing is a fucking pain in the ass.
It is a pain in the ass and time
consuming. And yeah, but we are going to be back. But it's just a season that's going to be over. But we'll be back with season 2 for sure. So 2 more episodes left. And then we're going to take a little break and then come back hard with season 2.
With all the chisme.
Yes.
For sure. All right. Well, hope you enjoyed this episode and leave us your thoughts below. Have a good day.
Bye.